Dear students, today we shall discuss about even and odd function. A function f of x is said to be an even function if f of minus x is equal to f of x. For example, x square, cos x, sin square x are the examples of even functions. The graph of even function is symmetrical about y-axis. A function f of x is said to be an odd function if f of minus x is equal to f of x. For example, x cube, sin x, tan cube x are the odd function. The graph of odd functions is symmetrical about the origin. The product of two even functions or two odd function is always even function, while the product of an even function and an odd function is an odd function. Also, the integral from minus c to c f of x dx is equal to 0 when f of x is an odd function, and integral minus c to c f of x dx is equal to 2 into integral from 0 to c f of x dx, where f of x is an even function. So now see, if we take f of x is equal to x square, so therefore what is f of minus x is equal to minus x whole square. This is equal to x square, and this is equal to f of x. So therefore f of x is equal to, therefore f of minus x is equal to f of x. So therefore f is an even function. Similarly, if we take f of x is equal to x, so then what is f of minus x is equal to minus x, and this is equal to minus f of x. So in this case f is an odd function. So now the following integral you have to remember, the integral e raised to power ax sin bx dx is equal to e raised to power ax upon a square plus b square into a sin bx minus b cos bx and bracket closed plus c, and the integral of e raised to power ax cos bx dx is equal to e raised to power ax upon a square plus b square bracket a cos bx minus b sin bx bracket closed plus c. Now, what is a half range series? So sometimes it is required to expand a function f of x in the range 0 to pi. If we take the range from minus pi to pi, so this is a full range. So if we take the range from 0 to pi, so this is half range. So f of x in the range 0 to pi in a Fourier series of period 2 pi are more generally in the range 0 to L. In generally, you can take the range 0 to L. If you take the range minus L to L, so half range is from 0 to L in a Fourier series of period 2L. So if it is required to expand f of x interval in 0 to L, then it is immaterial, but the function may be outside the range 0 less than x less than L. We are free to choose it arbitrarily in the interval minus L to 0. If we extend the function f of x by reflecting it in y-axis so that f of minus x is equal to f of x, then the extended function is even function for which bn is equal to 0. The Fourier expansion of f of x will contain only cosine terms in this case. You know, it is very important to remember if the function is an even function, then the term bn is equal to 0. So the solution will contain only the cosine terms. If we extend the function f of x by reflecting it in the origin so that f of minus x is equal to minus f of x, so then the extended function is odd, for which a0 is equal to an is equal to 0. These terms are 0. The Fourier expansion of f of x will contain only sine terms. Now consider the example f of x is equal to x in the range 0 to pi by 2 and equal to pi minus x in the range pi by 2 is less than x less than pi. So the graph of the function in the range minus pi to pi, so this graph is reflecting over the origin. This graph is reflecting over the origin, and the other graph is symmetric about the y-axis. So hence the function f of x defined over the interval 0 to L is capable of two distinct half-range series. The half-range series is f of x is equal to a naught by 2 plus summation an cos of n pi x by L, where a naught is equal to 2 by L integral 0 to L f of x dx, and an is equal to 2 by L 0 to L f of x cos of n pi x. So the half range series is f of x is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinity Vn sine n pi x by L, where Vn is equal to 2 by L integral 0 to L f of x sine pi x sine n pi x upon L dx. So you have to use these type of the formula if the function is you have to see the function which type of the graph of the function reflect either it in the it over the origin or about the y-axis. So now there is another example. Expand pi x minus x square in a half range sine series in the interval 0 to pi up to first three terms. The solution: the half range sine series of the function pi x minus x square is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinity Vn sine nx. So then Vn is equal to, by formula, equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to pi x minus x square sine nx dx. Now the integral of the function is equal to, by using Leibniz formula, the first function pi x minus x square and integration of second sine का integration minus cos n x by n minus differentiation of first function and integration of this minus cos n x by n. So this is minus sin n x by n square plus differentiation of pi minus 2x is minus 2 and integration of minus sin x upon n square is cos nx upon n cube, and range is from 0 to pi. So now apply upper and lower limit to the internal terms. So we will get 2 by pi minus 2 cos of n pi upon n cube plus 2 upon n cube, because the terms containing the sin x will be 0, either x is equal to pi or x is equal to 0. So this term is 0. So we are left with this 4 upon pi n cube 1 minus 1 raised to power n. So this is equal to 0 if n is even, or this is equal to 8 upon pi n cube if n is odd. So these are the two things. The solution is depend upon the n. If n is even, the solution is 0. If n is odd, the solution is 8 upon pi n cube. So next example, if f of x is equal to x in the range 0 to pi by 2 and pi minus x in the range pi by 2 to pi. Show that first f of x is equal to 4 by pi sin x minus sin 3x upon 3 square plus sin 5x upon 5 square minus so on. And the second is f of x is equal to pi by 4 minus 2 by pi into cos of 2x upon 1 square plus cos of 6x upon 3 square plus cos of 10x upon 5 square and plus so on. Now we solve first part for the half range series. Let f of x is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n x, because half range sine series is this because in the first solution only sine terms are contained. So we will consider the half range sine series. So then bn by definition is equal to 2 by pi integral from 0 to pi f of x sin n x dx. And now substitute the value of f of x here. This is f of x is equal to x in the range 0 to pi by 2 and pi minus x in the range pi by 2 to pi. So this is equal to 2 by pi, and this if we solve the first integral, the first function into integration of second minus differentiation of 1 into integration of second by using this Leibniz theorem or integration by part. So plus 2 by pi, the same we have to expand the other integral pi minus x, integration of this minus 1 into minus sine of nx upon n square. Now apply the upper limit and lower limit to the first and second interval both, and after applying these upper and lower limit, we will get this is equal to 2 upon pi minus pi upon 2n cos n pi upon 2 plus 1 by n square sin n pi upon 2 plus 2 by pi into pi by 2n cos n pi by 2 plus 1 by n square sin n pi by 2, and this is equal to 2 by pi 2 by n square sin of n pi by 2. So this is equal to 4 upon pi n square sin of n pi. So when n is even, bn is equal to 0. So therefore f of x is equal to 4 by pi sin x minus sin 3x upon 3 square plus sin of 5x upon 5 square minus so on. Similarly, for the half range cosine series, let f of x is equal to this, then a naught by definition 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x dx 2 by pi in the interval 0 to pi the value of the function is x, and in the interval pi by 2 to pi the value of the function is pi minus x dx. Integrate this and we get 2 by pi into pi square by 8 plus pi square minus pi square by 2 minus pi square by 2 minus pi square by 8. So this is equal to 2 by pi square by 4 on solving the above equation, and this is equal to pi by 2. Similarly, we will solve an, and after solving an we will get the value of an is equal to 2 upon pi n square 2 cos n pi minus cos n pi minus 1. So therefore a1 is equal to 0, a2 is equal to this, similarly a3 0, a4 0, and a6 is equal to this, a7, a8, a9 is equal to 0. In the same way, we will get the solution like this: f of x is equal to pi by 4 minus 2 by pi cos of 2x upon 1 square cos of 6x upon 3 square plus cos of 10x upon 5 square plus so on. So thank you students. Some more example we will discuss in the next lecture. Dear students, we have now solved a question on the previous slide. Find a series of cosine multiple of x which will represent the function x sin x, and show that 1 upon 1.3 minus 1 upon 3 into 5 plus 1 upon 5 into 7 is equal to pi minus 2 upon 4. So for the solution of this question, let us consider cosine series. So let x sin x is equal to a naught by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos n x, because we have to find a series of cosines multiples of x which represent the function x sin x. So that we have to consider x sin x is equal to a naught by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos n x. So then first of all we have to find the value of a naught. A naught is equal to, by definition, 2 by pi 0 to integral 0 to pi x sin x into dx is equal to 2 by pi integration by part first function into integration of second minus differentiation of 1 into integration of second. And now apply the upper and lower limit. We will get its value is equal to 2 by pi minus pi cos pi, because the sine term is 0, sine pi is 0, sine 0 is 0. We are only left with the minus pi cos pi, and we know that cos pi is equal to, we know cos n pi is equal to minus 1 raised to power n. So for n is equal to 1, cos pi is equal to minus 1. So minus pi into minus 1, this is my 1. So this is equal to 2 pi upon pi. Pi will cancel, and this is equal to 2. Now by definition an is equal to 2 by pi 0 to pi x sin x cos n x dx is equal to 1 upon pi 0 to pi x 2 cos n x sin x into dx. You have to take 2 inside the integral. So now this is a formula: 2 sine x cos nx. So this is equal to 1 by pi x into sine of n plus 1 x minus sine of n minus 1 x dx. And again you have to integrate first function into integration of the internal function sine n plus 1 into x, that is minus cos of n plus 1 x upon n plus 1 plus minus sine is cos of n minus 1 x upon n minus 1 minus differentiation of first function, that is x, that is 1, and again integration of the internal cos n plus 1 x upon n plus 1 is minus sin n plus 1 x upon n plus 1 whole square, and similarly minus sin n minus 1 x upon sin n minus 1 whole square 0 to pi. Now apply upper and lower limit. All cos sine terms are 0. You are left with this 1 by pi minus pi cos n plus 1 pi upon n plus 1 plus pi cos n minus 1 pi upon n minus 1. So this is equal to minus 1 raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus minus 1 raised to power n minus 1 upon n minus 1 because of cos of n plus 1 pi is equal to minus 1 raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Similarly for minus 1, and this is take minus 1 raised to power n minus 1 outside, and you will inside you will have this 1 upon n minus 1 minus 1 upon n plus 1, because if we take this 1 as minus 1 raised to power 2, so we will multiply this with outside minus 1 raised to power n minus 1, so you will get minus 1 raised to power n plus 1. So there is no difference, 1 or minus 1 raised to power 2, this is same thing. So we can write, and when we multiply minus 1 raised to power n minus 1 with this is minus 1 raised to power square, so you will get minus 1 raised to power n plus 1. So this is equal to 2 minus 1 raised to power n minus 1 upon n plus 1 when n is not equal to 1. So this is the condition. This thing is equal to the 2 or minus 1 raised to power n minus 1 upon n minus 1 into n plus 1 when n is not equal to 1. So for n is equal to 1, this formula is not defined. So when n is equal to 1, we have again put n is equal to 1 in the formula an is equal to something. When n is equal to 1, a1 is equal to 2.5, 0 pi, 0 to pi, x sin x cos x dx, and take 2 inside. So this is 2 sin x cos x, so this is sine of 2x dx, and integrate this function. So on applying the value upper and lower limit, you will get 1 upon pi minus pi cos 2 pi upon 2. So this is equal to, what is cos 2 pi? Cos 2 pi, the value of cos 2 pi, cos of 2 pi is equal to 1. So pi pi cut jayega, cos of 2 pi, sorry, this is equal to minus 1. And this is equal to 1 by 2. So therefore x sin x is equal to a naught by 2. A naught is 2, so 2.2 is 1, and for this n is equal to 1, so what is the value of a1? A1 is minus 1 by 2. This is minus 1, so this is minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 cos x, and for n is equal to 2, this is minus 2, and other terms comes from here. For n is equal to 2, this is 1, this is 3, so 1 into 3, and cos 2x. Similarly, when n is equal to 3, when n is equal to 4, and so on, we will get the terms like this. Put x is equal to pi by 2, we get pi by 2. When x is equal to pi by 2, so sine pi by 2 is 1, so this side is pi by 2, left side is pi by 2, this is equal to 1, and cos pi by 2 is 0, so this is minus 2, and minus 1 upon 1 into 3 plus 1 upon 3 into 5, because 2 pi is minus 1, so this is minus 1, and similarly for 3 pi and 4 pi and so on. So this implies 1 plus 2.1 into 3 minus 2.3 into 5 plus 2.5 into 7 is equal to pi by 2. And this 2.1 into 3 minus 2.3 into 5 plus 2.5 into 7 so on is equal to pi by 2, and take 1 to right side, so this is pi by 2 minus 1, and this is nothing but we can write this is equal to pi minus 2 upon 2, and if we take 2 common from left side and transfer it into right side, so we will get 1 upon 1 into 3 minus 1 upon 3 into 5 plus 1 upon 5 into 7 is equal to pi minus 2, upon 4. So which is the required solution which we have needed. Now some exercise. Obtain the half range sine series for ax in the interval 0 to 1. Develop sine pi xyl in a half range cosine series in the interval 0 less than x less than l, same as the previous question. Obtain a half range cosine series for the function f of x is equal to this, and deduce the sum of the series 1 upon 1 square plus 1 upon 3 square plus 1 upon 5 square and so on. So this question is also same as the previous question. Do please try. Otherwise we will discuss in the this Zoom class. Thank you very much.